Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. These planets definitely have an incredible story to our human evolutionary process. I have always believed the planets to be very much connected to our consciousness and reality. And any manifestation that is happening in the sky can be seen happening in the human being and in our world also. In 1781, William Herschel, the astronomer and composer, was the first to discover Uranus using his telescope while he was conducting research and experiments with his sister Caroline Herschel, who was a notable scientist and astronomer herself. The discovery of these outer planets seemed to have begun the process of expanding our consciousness and potential, as we see that the discovery of the planet Uranus also gave birth to the beginning of the Industrial Age. It seems humanity had developed almost everything, but now the use of machines to help in our evolution had come. Obviously, there was an industry already across the world, but this was the time it grew on a massive scale that was unseen before. Saturn takes about 29 years to complete its orbit in our solar system. Uranus takes about 84 years. The rise of industry and machinery would be the rise of life expectancy of a being also. Humans started living much longer because the machines were being developed to assist us. Uranus in astrology is usually associated with scientific research and discovery, unconventional activity, and being the wild child or the black sheep. We can see this energy manifest in events that would take place in the 18th century. The sign of Aquarius shows the energy of this planet, as this sign is the sign of inventions and unconventional ideas. The deity which has been associated with Uranus is Lord Mitra, who is the one which governs over friendships and treaties. As we can see this with the energy of the 11th house of friends, income and finance, which is what the industrial age was, and found new ways of trading and making deals with countries. Uranus then can be seen as the higher vibration of Mercury, of communication and finance. The Statue of Liberty is the symbol of Lord Mitra, as it shows the symbolism we have just discussed. Uranus in the personal natal chart can show areas where we have huge potential for major breakthroughs in our lives. Neptune is another fascinating energy, whose position was mathematically calculated by the French astronomer Urbain Le Verrier and British astronomer John Couch Adams. And in 1846, Johann Galle, the German astronomer, discovered the exact position of Neptune from the Berlin Observatory. Neptune, seeming to be a higher vibration of Venus, has the energies of Pisces, mysticism and Maya. The birth of film was also happening around this time. Film became a new medium to communicate, but also to enjoy the expressions of beauty and art. Ottomar Anschutz, being the father of film, was also born in 1846. He went on to invent the electrotachyscope, which would be the birth of the modern day film and cinema. The Lumiere brothers, born in the 1860s, were also prominent figures in creating the world of cinematography. Neptune is related to Maya, or illusions, which is what film is all about. We can see how this planet has progressed this industry from the beginning and all the way to the birth of Hollywood and large cinema, creating more prominent actors, directors, and filmmakers. The world of advertising is also related to Neptune, as you need to be transported to the world of imagination and sensory overload. These are the energies of Neptune. Both Uranus and Neptune are considered ice giants by astronomers, and the ancients have made an association to water deities like Varuna and Poseidon to both these planets. Neptune would probably carry more of the water energy as it is a softer energy. Now comes Pluto. Pluto is definitely the higher octaves of Mars. We can see this with the advancements made with warfare, from the swords and spears from ancient times to nuclear war. In the year 1930, Pluto was discovered by Clyde Tombaugh. As this was around the same time intense research was being conducted on nuclear power, and one of the major figures and driving force of this research would be Robert Oppenheimer. Despite many of his colleagues going against such research, including Edward Teller, who pioneered the hydrogen bomb, Oppenheimer relentlessly pursued this, and in the 1940s, we saw the horrific events which took place with the bombings of Hiroshima. This sums up the energy of Pluto as a destructive force with many voices going against such energies. This is definitely the higher octave of Mars. Although nuclear energy is still being developed in today's world, and scientists are finding a better way to channel it as a reliable and efficient source of energy, and plutonium has also made its way into the periodic table of elements. Although militaries across the world still have access to nuclear weapons, it seems nuclear energy is here to stay, and it is up to us to decide how to use it. The deity associated with Pluto is the god of the underworld, Hades. The Vedic equivalent would be Ravana. Both these figures have a similar story of abducting a beautiful woman and taking them into the underworld. Sita from the Vedic folklore, who would eventually be saved by her husband Rama, the sun god, with the help of Hanuman, the general Mars. So we can see the death vibration with the planet of Pluto. And Charon, the moon and satellite on Pluto, is associated with the deity who carries the souls of beings from the world of the living into the world of the dead. Pluto influences the zodiac sign of Scorpio, which is the natural 8th house of death, destruction, and rebirth. The 8th house also rules all the toxicity and waste. These three outer planets are very much linked to our story of Rahu and Ketu and the churning of the ocean. As Uranus is related to the Naga Vasuki, which was the rod used, Neptune being the ocean of milk, and the poison which emerged and that got swallowed up by Shiva being the energies of Pluto. As there were more things which emerged from the churning of the ocean, so this leads us to wonder if there is so much more to discover in our universe. How many more heavenly bodies exist? What is the depth of our galactic connection? Please subscribe to the channel, comment, like, and share. I'd be most grateful.